Hey guys, Julia here. Welcome back to another video, and I'm back and I'm so happy I can say that the trip went amazing, and I'm excited to share how journaling on the go went and all of that. But I thought coming back would be a super good time to reassess all of the journals that I said I was going to use in my 2023's journal, my 2023 journals video, and I'll link that for you up above and down below. But I just thought, it's the middle of the year. It's definitely time to check in with everything, make sure everything is serving me the way that I want it to, because, we change and our planning styles change. So hopefully you go and round up all of your journals as well, and all of your planners and reading journals and all those things. We're going to be going through it all today and looking at what we want to do for the rest of the year, So basically, we are going to be looking at what's been completed so far this year, just sort of checking in with the journals and planners in progress. We're going to be looking at what's been added to my planner system so far, and then what I'm thinking about doing going forward. So yeah, it's definitely a good time to do that. So let's head over to the table and take a look. All right, welcome to the tabletop here. The first journal that we're going to get into, well, the first couple journals are journals that I have completed since 2023 has started, or I'm getting close to completing. And the first one is this travel journal. I do have a whole video flipping through this journal and talking about it a little more in depth. And as you can see, it's not completely finished, but I did change up my system for my latest trip. So I am calling this good, especially after coming back from the trip and realizing that I just really loved journaling in a smaller form factor and on the go. And this was just not realistic as far as meeting those goals. So yeah, I am calling this one completed. And yeah, again, there is a video for this one if you want to check it out. I'll link it up in the cards and down in the description. But the travel journal is done. The second one that is almost really, it's super close to being done. I might finish it off this month, but this is my life journal, and it is super chunky, but I just stuff all kinds of ephemera in here. And there's concerts in here, and birthdays and short trips, and just all types of things that I want to document. I will do a flip through of this one once it's complete, so I don't want to spoil it too much, but I do really love this one, and I will be figuring out what I want to do with the life journal spreads going forward. This notebook was just kind of sitting around from a trip, and I wanted to use it, and so that's when I just started this practice. I didn't feel a lot of pressure because it's not a super expensive notebook or anything, and the paper isn't precious or anything. So I just wanted to try it out. I obviously liked it, and it was fun to do. So yeah, we're going to keep it going, probably in a TN or something like that. I'm not sure yet, but here's that. Okay, now I just want to check in with some journals that I started for this year and just show you guys where I'm at. Here is the reading journal, and I do have a video on this one too, on a flip through of the setup and just talking through what each page is. So you can see I do have my goals, my bracket. I'm so stuck on my bracket right now just because I couldn't pick between tomorrow, and Daisy Jones and the Six. So I just totally glitched out and was like, I can't pick. I don't know what to do. So we'll come back to this at another point. But yeah, I have all the books that I've read so far here, the format, the rating, and I don't think I talked about this in that setup video, but I do have these cute little rating stickers available in my Etsy shop. Again, I'll link that below, but I have stars, hearts, and then I have little spicy chilies. So if you want to rate how spicy a book is, you can do that as well. So I have a January dashboard here, just talking about the books I read, what I wanted to read, and non-existent reflection here. But yeah, we have some of those, and I'll just show you a few of the book spreads. There's February, March. So I'm doing pretty well here. I think I'm pretty caught up. Yeah, I even did my June cover page a few days ago. So yeah, I'm all caught up here, which yay. Sometimes it can be hard to keep up with the reading journal, especially since I do like to write quite a bit about my thoughts. But yeah, reading journal is going well. Now let's check in on my reflections journal. As you guys may or may not know, this is a journal that I write in daily. I keep it bedside, and it's just a few lines of how I'm feeling, what happened that day, that sort of thing. And it can get personal, so I'm not going to show too much, but I was doing monthly setup videos for this, some shorts here and there if I didn't have time for a full-length video. But if you've been around and kind of been keeping an eye out, these haven't been coming as regularly as they used to. And that's just because, I don't know, I'm feeling a little bit of burnout, not with the format itself. I love writing at night still, but it's just the decorating, honestly, that I just feel like I don't have as much time for. And to be honest, I am loving writing with fountain pens right now, and this paper is fine for fountain pens, but I just feel like I could be using something a little more fountain pen friendly and something that is a little more enjoyable. Here's my March, which is accidentally Amanda Rach Lee. I don't know if you guys heard of accidentally Wes Anderson. This is accidentally Amanda Rach Lee here. Let's see, it definitely has her vibes, but totally not on purpose. April did this with one pen, just a fountain pen, and it was like a recreation of my bullet journal theme. May was just super random. I definitely started getting not bored, but just like overwhelmed with doing the monthly spreads here. And I guess I can show you a lot of these pages because we were gone most of May and I didn't take this with me. So yeah. And it's super quick setup and, you know, isn't a burden, but it's still like a lot. I could be doing other things. And sometimes I want to write more than the space I give myself. So I started a little overflow section in the back here. But yeah, it's just not feeling the same for me. And then June, like I definitely, like, let's get Gummy Baby. And then I say literally no idea because I had no idea. I just grabbed a bunch of markers and made something because I was just over it and I haven't done the intentions yet. And yeah, let's see, that one I could show. So yeah, I'm caught up with it as far as being up to date for what I have, but I don't know how I feel about it right now. And July would be a new start for this journal, because this only would fit January through June. So I have some decisions to make here, and yeah, that is the status of the reflections journal. Okay, and then the last journal that I sort of just want to check in on is my everyday bullet journal. I always leave the specs for this journal down in the description of any bullet journal videos if you want to check out the type of paper, the number of pages, all of that, because this is kind of a custom build from Citrus. Oh my God, it's in the back. Citrus Book Bindery. Oh my God. Yeah, and so, you know, this still looks the same. I did mention in the setup video that I'm going to change this photo out, but I haven't. So there's that. What do we have here? The travel spread I've kept up with pretty well. The only, let's see, I've added this like Amazon bulk buy spread, and this is like if I know I need something and it's something small and I don't want to make like an Amazon purchase for just that one thing, knowing that there's going to be something else that pops up and it's not like super urgent, I'll just put that thing here, and then once I have like a good amount of things, then I'll just make an order and then cross off when I purchase that thing. So that's been a really neat spread to have, and I just still have some blank pages here in case I want to add any extra collections here in the front. But yeah, I have bullet journal setup videos for all of these months, and I've been keeping up with it pretty well. Everything is, except for except the page I just turned to, but this is the spring clean. But yeah, I've been keeping up with this pretty well. Everything's pretty filled out. I'm happy with it. I do have some ideas already kind of brewing for next year, and I'm excited about that because I'm hoping that it'll make the bullet journal system more a part of the entire system that I'm kind of working towards without the bullet journal being like its own separate thing. So I'm excited about that. I somehow got June done before we left, and there is a short of this setup on the channel, but if you didn't see it, like, I don't blame you. Shorts are a whole thing, but there is a short of all these pages before the pen. And yeah, and I'm right, you know, on top of this. And I think I will be able to fit the entire year in here. So that's exciting. I'm just going to keep pushing through with this. I've been a little disenchanted with the paper lately because, again, fountain pens in this paper is definitely uncoated and has a little feedback for most of my pens, which is fine. It's not super distracting, but you know, changes probably will be made next year. So that is the check-in here. Now I just kind of want to talk about what's been new since 2023 journals video, and I showed you my whole setup for the year. There have been some things that I've added and that I'm experimenting with in the lineup. So the first thing is this TN from Notebook Therapy. This is from their Hinoki line. And I've done just a little bit of decorating here with a little charm and this little side charm also from Notebook Therapy. But I love this and I keep it in my purse. And I've wasted ink in it, so yay. But inside of here, I have a fountain pen. This one I really like. Sorry, sidetrack, from Ellington Pens, and they're pretty affordable, but so pretty. Anyways, this is a kind of like a Hobonichi Weeks knockoff, and it's by Kenbor, but I just wanted to try it out, and it was super cheap on, I think, AliExpress. But I have up here, let's see, I have just mini versions of my themes here from my main bullet journal and just the calendar. So when we're on the go or the dentist or whatever, I can pull this out and it's helpful to make another appointment or see what I have going on the go without taking my big bullet journal with me everywhere. And it's been super nice to have and not as hard as I thought to keep up with. So if you want to hear more about how I kind of migrate things back and forth, let me know in the comments and I can definitely make a video about that. I'm still trying to figure it out though, to be honest. So yeah, we can talk a little bit more about that. And then also, when I'm going on shorter kind of like domestic trips, I just take this with me and kind of write down if there are any plans or what we did, and I can still put photos and things like that. This has been really fun as well. And then I even have a future log back here. So a little mini future log in case people want to schedule things not in the current month. And then I have a makeshift reflections journal back here. So I have been loving this. And then I have another insert in here of just grid paper. So I have just a record of vitamins and medications that I'm taking, and then just, this is a video outline. This is some notes from a meeting. So just kind of random notes and things like that that I don't need really anywhere else. But it's nice to have just some extra paper back here. So this has been new to the lineup since we last kind of looked at journals. And yeah, I've been really loving it. I'll leave this link below too. I have an affiliate link with Notebook Therapy. You can get 10% off if you use the code Royal10 over there, and you'll be supporting the channel. You get a discount. It's a win-win situation. So let's move on to the other new thing that's happened since the beginning of the year, and that is this TN. Can you see like this TN trend happening right now? I'm obsessed. But this TN is from Traveler's Company, and I did do a video of setting this up as well as my passport size. Again, I'll link that down below and maybe up above if I haven't run out of cards. But I have my first completed traveler's insert. And so I'm not going to go through this fully because I do want to do a dedicated video to this trip and to journaling on the go. But man, I really enjoyed it. I'll just do a quick little, yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. And so carrying around these kind of traveler notebooks, these TNs, will be something I think that I do going forward for sure. And I even have a little makeshift reflections journal back here as well. So I don't have to carry 2 full-size journals with me, which I really enjoy. And it's very good for traveling. All right, and speaking of going forward, let's talk a little bit about the plans for going forward. I spoke earlier a little bit about this life journal. What I've been thinking so far is maybe not this, but maybe doing a TN for this. I have quite a few. So I got, let's see, these 2 on the trip we just got back from. So these are options for life journals and just do inserts maybe. I really like this pink one. That could be an option. It's a good size for a life journal. Yeah, so this is an idea. I think the passport would be too small. So I'm not sure about that. But I think going forward, once I finish this one, I will move into a TN situation or use up some of the A5 notebooks that I have because, I'm not going to be doing this on the go. I don't think the life journal stuff is kind of a lax thing at the house. So that's an idea too. Leave me your suggestions down below. What do you think? Help me out here. All right. And then also the reflections journal, we talked a little bit about that. And as I've mentioned, you've seen these kind of makeshift reflections journal pop up in the different TNs, but also thinking maybe this Odyssey notebook because the paper is Tamoy River paper, so very fountain pen friendly, and maybe just not doing anything super decorative. Maybe if I want to add stickers, that's fine, and not really limit myself for how much I want to write and not do the year by year comparison. I don't know, but that's what I'm thinking about the reflections journal, the future of the reflections journal. So I have a few more weeks to kind of figure this out, or I just might use one of the inserts that I've been using for on the go reflections. Maybe I'll just, take this out when I'm at home, and then when it's time to go somewhere and I still want to take it with me, I just slip it in. I don't know. There are things to think about with the reflections journal for sure. Open for thoughts and comments. So yeah, I guess the point of this kind of check-in is to just see what's serving me and how I want to simplify. Basically, I definitely want to simplify what I have going on. And I think from where I was even last year, coming into this year, I've been simplifying and just trying to think about how things can work together and be a little more versatile. So that, especially I think whenever I set up journals for next year, I'm going to be thinking about the versatility, if they can work at my desk and if they can work when we go places for travel, for work, or travel for fun. Because, you know, I do like having this big B5 at the desk. I can spread out, I can write a shitload of tasks and all of that, but at the same time, this isn't very travel friendly. So it's just thinking about all those things. And then with the fountain pen thing, I've gotten super into those. And so I'm really choosy with paper. Some of the papers that I loved before kind of frustrate me now. And so that's just something for me to think about going forward. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed looking at where I am with my bullet journal system right now. It's totally normal to question what you're doing and think about how to improve things going forward for yourself. But yeah, let me know if you guys do this kind of mid-year check-in, if you're going to be doing this sort of check-in to see where you are and where things could, you know, be changed for the rest of this year and, you know, after that, next year, the year after. Let me know. Okay, so yeah, that was a fun time, and I had so much fun that I forgot to mention my long-term collections journal, and luckily there's not too much to update here. This is where I keep long-term collections. I have some swatches in here, things that I don't want to move around from journal to journal, and it's pretty much the same. I've been referencing it pretty often. The only new spread in here is one to kind of track and document my different TN sizes so that it's easy to purchase different inserts. So that is this one. This one's still going strong. It's actually not filling up as quickly as I thought it would. So yeah, that's this one. But yeah, thank you guys for hanging out and doing this mid-year check-in with me. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already so we can keep planning together and hanging out and keeping each other on it. I'm gonna call it good for now, but if you guys wanna check out all of the journals that I'm using in 2023, or what I thought I was using in 2023, I'll leave that video for you up here, and I'll catch you all in the next one.